Whispers Around the World, a Heal Our World book from SufferingWell. Chapter 41, Offerings to Jesus. Rhonda sat at the small desk in the stateroom, her face taut with pain, her Bible open to the day's reading. Soft morning light filtered through the window, dancing quietly on the pages. The faint hum of the ship's engines reminded her that she was far from the stability of a home, yet she felt the stillness of God's presence. Fred had gone for his morning walk, leaving her with the gift of solitude. She closed her eyes, took a deep breath, and began her morning ritual, one she had come to cherish, which she called her body scan. "Lord," she whispered, "I don't have much to give you, but I offer you what I can." She placed her hands, palms up, on the desk, a quiet act of surrender, and began to focus on her body. She started with her feet, curling and flexing them slowly. A dull ache radiated through her toes, a remnant of years of walking on unforgiving floors. "This pain is yours, Lord," she murmured, "for someone who feels too weary to take another step." Moving her awareness upward, she noticed the stiffness in her knees. Bending them slightly, she winced but smiled through it. "For the lonely widow who kneels in prayer, Lord, use this to strengthen her." Her lower back throbbed, as it always did after a restless night in the small bed. She shifted slightly in her chair and placed a hand on her spine. "For the parent who carries the weight of the world on their shoulders, let my offering lighten their burden." When her focus reached her shoulders, she felt the tension there, knots of worry over her children, her grandchildren, her aging parents, and the uncertainty of their constant travel. She rolled her shoulders slowly, praying as she did. "For the one who feels crushed by the cares of life, bring them peace, Lord." Her hands trembled slightly as she clasped them together. The arthritis had set in more deeply this year, making even simple tasks feel monumental. For the young artist who's losing the ability to hold a brush, or the musician who can't grip the strings, give them courage, Lord, and show them they're still loved. She continued this way, scanning her body for discomfort, her neck, her head, her eyes. Each ache, each twinge she gave to God, imagining the grace flowing out to others in need. By the time she finished, she felt emptied of pain but filled with purpose. Rhonda opened her eyes and looked down at her hands. "I never thought I had much to offer you, Lord," she whispered. "But now I see these aches, these worries, these cares. They're treasures when I place them in your hands. They're my wealth." A wave of peace washed over her as she closed her Bible. She felt connected to God and to others in a way that was both profound and simple. The offering of her suffering, small as it seemed, felt like a holy exchange. It didn't take away her pain, but it made it radiant with purpose. Fred's key card clicked in the door, and he stepped inside, his face pink from the cool morning air. "Good walk," he said with a smile. "And you?" Rhonda returned his smile, her eyes sparkling. "A very good morning," she said. "I had some treasures to give to God." Fred looked at her curiously, but saw the light in her eyes and decided not to press further. "You always have a way of surprising me," he said lovingly, leaning down to kiss her on the forehead. Rhonda smiled, knowing that even in her smallest offerings, God was doing something extraordinary. Ruth stopped at a church on her way home from shopping, a sense of urgency directing her. She made her way into the Adoration Chapel. Sitting before the Blessed Sacrament, she thanked God for the wonderful things that had been happening in her life. Eventually, her thoughts stopped racing and her heart fell into quiet worship. She didn't know how long she'd sat there when a stirring began in her heart. The peace she had been feeling contrasted with what was going on in the world. Horrible blasphemies, sacrilege, neglect of her Lord, and indescribable evil. She wanted to console his sacred heart and offer her love in place of the world's indifference and spite. She dug through her purse for a pen as the words began to tumble out of her soul. O Jesus, my Savior, my King, I come before you broken-hearted, with sorrow for all the wounds inflicted on your sacred heart, for all the blasphemies, sacrilege, and neglect you endure. Where words have cut deeply, my Lord, I bring my love to soothe the pain of every insult, to whisper your name with reverence where others have spoken it with disdain. For every moment you are left alone, ignored, abandoned, unseen. I draw near, Lord, that you may know you are cherished, adored, held in love. The world forgets you, but I will remember. For each soul that turns away, I will turn closer still. Where hands have profaned your holy places, I offer you my own in prayer, that they may lift praise instead of curses, offering you the honor you deserve. O Jesus, I lay my heart before you, a small sacrifice for the wounds you bear. Let my love be a balm upon your brow, a tender whisper amidst the silence. Forgive them, Lord, for they do not see how deeply you love, how vast your mercy. Use me, even me, in my frailty, to be a light, a breath, a whisper of your grace. For each Eucharist profaned, each prayer neglected, I kneel here in humble sorrow, to stand in the gap, to lift up my voice, in reparation, in love, in quiet consolation. O Sacred Heart, I offer you my own, a heart that beats for you as yours beats for me. Let me be yours, a balm for your wounds, a soul that adores where others turn away. Receive this offering, small as it may be, and let it bring you solace, sweet Jesus, for every slight, every scorn, every thorn. You are my God, my love, my all. Ruth wrote this first in the quiet of her heart, then on paper, offering each line as a prayer of love and reparation, hoping to bring a small measure of comfort to Jesus for the ways he is often wounded by the world. She offered her whole heart to him, knowing that though she was but one person, her love could be a small light against the darkness.